Okay, my friends, well, I find myself in the dire need of making this video because I have seen a, uh, a thing which is very critical. Trump keeps on claiming, and MAGAs that follow him, keep on claiming that immigrants are the problem in the United States of America. That immigrants are poisoning the blood of America. That immigrants are taking over your backyards. That immigrants don't make you feel safe. Well, I come here to tell you that you have to remember that a vast majority of United States citizens live below a level of poverty. And some of those children, some of the children of those families happen to be the ones that are responsible for a lot more crime than any immigrants. I hate to say it, but guess what? Close to 90% of people caught bringing in fentanyl into the United States are United States citizens or residents that have been here, from different places. But a vast majority of them are United States citizens. Why? Because they're trying to make ends meet. In a very dumb way, yes. But they're not immigrants. Because the immigrants don't know the game. Immigrants don't know where and how to get things in through. They're just barely getting themselves in. Okay? So, by the same token, the majority of immigrants, once they get here, they're looking for a job. They want to go to work. They want to start making money. And a few of them get sidetracked into, hey, come here. I got a quick way of making you money, but guess who does that to them? United States citizens. Okay? So it is not immigrants that are the problem in the United States. It is the vast inequality that produces people who are willing to break the rules, hoping to get ahead because everything else they have tried has not worked for them. And so the question is not, how are you going to get rid of people that look like me and people with darker skin? The question is, because let's face it, you need production. If you get rid of all people that look like me, that are picking fruits and doing all this, the price of your merchandise is going to go through the roof. Okay? You don't want that. You don't need that. And at the end, the level of criminality will stay the same. It's just what Trump says that would change. Trump would then be forced to say, well, now it's not immigrants, now it's this. And then he will turn it. It is these minorities. And his golden dream would become true, except that eventually you have to understand who's going to do the labor. Okay? You gotta remember what happened to Germany. Germany followed that same way of thinking. And it did it about the Jewish, about the Polish, about different people who were living in Germany. And what happened? They ended up essentially with slave labor that essentially tanked their economy for all objectives that they had at the time. And if you want to make America great again, as you say, well, that would be bringing it back to the recession of 1920s, when people had to make a line for soup. If that's what you want for America, Trump is pointing you in the right direction. Okay? But you have to understand that the hatred that you have towards immigrants is not justified. The majority of criminals, go and look in the demographics of the jails in your place. Demographics point out that yes, there's a majority of Mexicans and blacks, but there's also a significant number of whites. Why? Because they're all in a lower socioeconomic strata trying to move their way up. I hope that you see the way outside of this Trump fallacy and vote for Kamala Harris this November 5th. That is the only reasonable financial future for the United States of America.